Good evening to our viewers watching on television and to those joining us online across our social media platforms. I am Madana Doric with the Tuesday, August 18th edition of the Guyana TV9 News. In the headline tonight, President Ali reaffirms commitment to constitutional consultations. 26 grade 1s TAGORE Memorial student makes CSEC history. Guyana's oil output poised to surpass 1 million barrels per day. And CSEC to introduce modular examinations, giving students more flexibility. Now for the news in depth. A Region 6 student has emerged as the standout performer in Guyana's preliminary 2026 CSEC results, with Nitya Narayan of TAGORE Memorial High School recording an unprecedented 26 grade 1s and 1 grade 2 after writing 27 subjects. Narayan was among the students recognized as an outstanding performer at this year's CSEC results ceremony, where Education Minister Honorable Sonia Purak highlighted her performance as the highest number of grade 1s recorded in the preliminary results. Details in this report.
Narayan said she was expecting to perform well, but was overwhelmed when she learned the extent of her achievement. She credited God, her parents, teachers, lesson teachers, school, and wider family for supporting her throughout her secondary school journey.
Oh, well, when I heard, I was really ecstatic. I indeed was expecting great results, but then it's like 26 grade 1s, and then the minister was like, no one has achieved this, and I know that. But one of my goals was to do really well, so I am really happy for what I did. I'm proud of myself, and I thank everybody who has helped me along the way, including God, my parents, my lesson teachers, my school teachers, everybody, my family. Thank you.
Narayan further stated that her performance was the result of consistent preparation throughout her secondary school years rather than last-minute studying. She explained that she paid close attention in class, sought help when she did not understand concepts, used online resources, and worked past papers in preparation for examination.
This is just progressive studying. It's not studying all clamped up. It's not studying. I didn't have to spend that much time, and the reason why is because I've been studying consistently throughout the years. So it's like I paid attention in class. When I came home, I didn't understand something, I asked my parents, or I went and I watched some YouTube videos. You know, before the test, you work the past papers, and end up repeating. Same thing for CSEC. Yeah, so, and I usually studied 5 to 6 hours for the day for each subject. Yeah, that's how I spent.
Some outstanding performances are O'Neila Thomas of Queen's College, who secured 12 grade 1s and 7 grade 2s from 19 subjects, while Dinesh Prasad of Anna Regina Secondary achieved grade 1s in all 12 of the subjects he wrote. Rihanna James of St. Stanislaus College earned 15 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s from 18 subjects, while Angel Peters of Queen's College recorded 13 grade 1s, 9 grade 2s, 2 grade 3s, and 1 grade 4 from the 25 subjects she wrote. Adana Darek, Guyana TV9 News.
Guyana is preparing for a major change in the way Caribbean examinations are delivered, with the Caribbean Examinations Council moving towards a more flexible, modular approach to certification. Minister of Education Honorable Sonia Purak said the new system will allow students to complete subjects in smaller modules and receive recognition for the modules they successfully complete. Here's more.
Minister Parag said the change forms part of the introduction of the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate, or CTEC, which she urged students, parents, and teachers to become familiar with, rather than having a student's performance depend entirely on one full subject examination at the end. The modular approach will allow students to learn and demonstrate competence at different rates.
Now, the modularizing of CXE examinations. I know CEO spoke to you about that. I also want our students, teachers, and parents to become familiar with an important change taking place at CXE through the introduction of the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate, or CTEC. But simply, CXE is introducing a more flexible approach, or what they call a more flexible approach, where subjects can be broken up into smaller modules that students can complete and be certified in individually.
The education minister stressed, however, that the move towards modular examinations does not mean academic standards will be reduced. She said the existing CSEC and CAPE syllabuses and standards will continue to apply, while the ministry will ensure that students leave the education system with the required knowledge, skills, and competencies,
rather than everything depending on one full subject examination at the end. Importantly, the standard is not being lowered. And that's something that we need to understand, because quite a number of people ask, well, what will happen with the standard? And it definitely is a national conversation that we have to have. But the same CSEC and CAPE syllabuses and standards apply, but students will have greater flexibility to learn and demonstrate competence at different rates while receiving recognition for the modules they successfully complete.
Minister Parag said she has instructed the secondary education sector to ensure that teachers, students, and parents are properly informed about the new examination regime. Workshops and sensitization sessions will be held across the country as the ministry examines how best to implement and take advantage of the opportunities presented by the new system. The minister said the introduction of modular examinations could provide greater opportunities for students with different learning needs and rates of progression. She emphasized that the flexibility must be accompanied by safeguards to ensure that there is no compromise in the quality of education or the standards expected of Guyanese students. The Ministry of Education is expected to continue discussions with educators, students, and parents in the coming weeks and months as Guyana prepares for the changes. Parag said the objective is to ensure that everyone understands how the new system works and that students can benefit from greater flexibility while maintaining the value and credibility of their CXC qualifications. Daniela Raja reporting for Guy TV9 News.
More news after the break. Stay with us.
I know you have work to do, but come, I just need a minute at your time. It won't even take that long. So, I have a proposal. We could do besties in Punta Cana. Really need a getaway. And not to worry, I went to Sunita Travel Agency and they recommended a few hotels that do all-inclusive stays. And they're very affordable. The vibes. Let me tell you something. We do not want to miss a trip to Punta Cana. Why? Ziplining. No, I know this is not your vibe. Please, listen. Hold on. Wait. I know you like throw it back. There's a boat party. We could go there. And then there's this thing called buggy adventure, some buggy something. I don't know, but I want to be a buggy or whatever it is. I just want to be a part of it. And then we got snorkeling. Oh, this thing is so ugly. Please, you be next to uglier things than this. Stop it. Trust me, you're going to love it. It'll be just you and me, Punta Cana, drinks, just having the time of our life. Not to worry. We've got many flight options, and they made sure that they went through it with me. The prices are affordable. Trust me. I know you like thinking about the budget or whatever. Remember the time when we went and we missed the flight? Yeah, when we booked with Sunita Travel Agency, even if it happens, with slim chance, they'll know what to do and we won't be stranded like we did the last time. This solid plan. You, me, Punta Cana. Cheap. It won't even hurt your pocket. Please say yes. Yes.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Guyana is poised to cross a major milestone in its rapidly expanding petroleum sector, with national oil production expected to surpass 1 million barrels per day following the arrival and commissioning of the country's fifth floating production, storage and offloading FPSO vessel. Here's more.
President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali announced that the new FPSO, which departed Singapore in early August, is expected to arrive off Guyana's coast this week, with first oil targeted for the fourth quarter of 2026. Speaking during his press conference on Tuesday, President Ali said the arrival of the fifth production vessel represents another significant expansion of Guyana's oil-producing capacity and will push national output beyond the 1 million barrel per day mark for the first time,
with first oil targeted for the fourth quarter of 2026. This vessel was built by MODEC for the cost of US $12.7 billion. It is the largest FPSO in Guyana's fleet, designed to add roughly 250,000 barrels per day and push national output above 1 million barrels a day.
The vessel, built by MODEC at a reported cost of US $12.7 billion, is designed to add approximately 250,000 barrels of oil per day to Guyana's production capacity. It will become the fifth FPSO operating in the Stabroek Block, joining the Liza Destiny, Liza Unity, Prosperity, and One Guyana. The 4 existing vessels are currently producing approximately 900,000 to 920,000 barrels of oil per day.
And whatever is left is split evenly between Guyana and Stabroek co-venturers. It is important for us to understand the concept of profit oil that the agreements speak of. Guyana's share of Stabroek block oil has increased from 12.5% to 39.8%. This has occurred, as I said, because the cost bank has been recovered 2 years earlier than originally expected. In terms of barrels, 75 of every 100 barrels produced went to cost recovery.
With the 5th FPSO coming on stream, Guyana's daily production is projected to move beyond 1 million barrels, marking a new phase in the country's transformation into a major oil-producing nation. According to President Ali, Guyana's share of Stabroek Block profit oil has increased from 12.5% to 39.8%, largely because the project's cost bank was recovered earlier than initially anticipated. He explained that while as much as 75 barrels out of every 100 barrels previously went toward cost recovery, only about 20 barrels out of every 100 are now being allocated to costs. The reduction in the proportion of production being used for cost recovery means as a substantially larger portion of the oil produced is now available as profit oil. President Ali said this is reflected in Guyana receiving approximately 39.8 barrels out of every 100 barrels of profit oil as its share. The continued expansion of Guyana's petroleum production is expected to generate increased government revenues and provide additional resources for national development. The government has indicated that these resources will support investments across a range of sectors, including infrastructure, healthcare, education, housing, and other public services. The 5th FPSO is expected to begin production before the end of 2026. Once operational, it will significantly increase the country's petroleum output and further strengthen Guyana's position as one of the world's fastest-growing oil-producing economies. With national production projected to exceed 1 million barrels per day, Guyana is entering another significant phase of its petroleum development, with an increasing proportion of production translating into profit oil, and consequently, greater potential revenues for the country. The latest expansion is expected to further increase the scale of Guyana's oil industry while providing the government with additional financial resources to support long-term national development. Brad D'Souza reporting for Guyana TV9 News.
Concrete Man pleads guilty to murder of Linden teacher. Shaka Phillips, known as Concrete Man, has pleaded guilty to the murder of Linden teacher Janelle Polidor, who was shot dead during a wedding reception on July 18, 2025. Phillips appeared before Justice Priscilla Hanif at the Demerara High Court and admitted to the killing. The court heard that Polidor was near the entrance of a hotel when Phillips approached her and questioned her about her unanswered phone calls. An argument reportedly followed, during which Phillips allegedly pulled out a handgun and shot her. Polidor ran into the hotel, but Phillips reportedly pursued her and fired 2 more shots before leaving. Police later recovered 2 spent 9mm shell casing at the scene. Phillips is scheduled to be sentenced on September 30, 2026. More news after the break. Stay with us.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali says consultations with opposition leader Azruddin Mohammed on the appointment of members to key constitutional bodies will continue as required, as the government works to fill vacancies and renew appointments across several constitutional institutions. Details in this report.
President Dr. Irfan Ali says consultations with opposition leader Azruddin Mohammed on the appointment of members to key constitutional bodies will continue as required, as the government works to fill vacancies and renew appointments across several constitutional institutions. Speaking at his press conference in Georgetown on Tuesday, President Ali said the consultations form part of the constitutional process and assured that he will continue to fulfill his responsibilities in accordance with the Constitution. The president disclosed that Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Gail Teixeira has already been working on correspondence to the opposition leader's office regarding the appointments, along with other matters requiring consultation between the two sides.
Now, in relation to consultation with the leader of the opposition, already Minister Teixeira has written on different matters that constitutionally we should write on in relation to the leader of the opposition. And those matters are being dealt with.
Consultation between the president and the leader of the opposition is an established feature of Guyana's constitutional framework, particularly in relation to appointments to constitutional commissions. The process provides an avenue for engagement on the composition of institutions that play important roles in the country's governance systems.
So, wherever consultation is required in accordance with the Constitution, as I have said before, you can be assured that I will fulfill my mandate in accordance with the Constitution of Guyana.
President Ali's position comes as Mohammed serves as opposition leader while facing an indictment in the United States and an extradition matter. Despite those circumstances, the president indicated that where the Constitution requires consultation, the government will follow the prescribed process. The importance of consultation was highlighted earlier this year when the High Court examined a challenge involving appointments to the Teaching Service Commission. In June, Justice Damon Young ruled that President Ali had acted lawfully when the appointments were made at a time when there was no leader of the opposition available for consultation, while acknowledging the importance of consultation where it is practically possible. With an opposition leader now in place, the process allows for direct engagement on appointments that are critical to the functioning of Guyana's constitutional institutions. President Ali said his intention is to continue discharging his mandate within the framework established by the Constitution. Brad D'Souza reporting for Guyana TV9 News.
Now for a Caribbean news brief. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness is calling for national unity as the country presses ahead with a major rebuilding effort following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. Holness said the reconstruction requires a coordinated national effort with a focus on rebuilding infrastructure and making communities stronger and more resilient to future disasters. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago and Belize are set to benefit from $27 million initiative aimed at strengthening early warning systems. The program will improve weather monitoring, forecasting, and the delivery of alerts to communities, helping both countries prepare for and respond more effectively to extreme weather and other climate-related hazards. Now turning to international news, a shooting at Charles Young Park in Lexington, Kentucky left 16-year-old Dezion Robertson dead and 4 others injured, including 2 children. Police have arrested an 18-year-old suspect and charged him with murder and other offenses. The shooting happened during a community event. Meanwhile, in southern Philippines, a grade 9 student shot and killed a fellow student at a school in Zamboanga City before taking his own life. 2 other people were injured. Authorities say the attack was live-streamed and an investigation is underway into how the student obtained the firearms. And those are our major headlines for tonight's newscast. For more trending stories, follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube platforms at GUYTV9. My name is Adana Durk. Thank you for watching.